everybody. I've got some friends joining me. Hey, Judy and B and Linda. Boy, do I miss seeing you guys in person. Hello, Carol. Aw, thanks for the thumbs up. If you guys could share for me, that would be great. Hello, Anita. Welcome back again. It is that first Wednesday of the month, as you know, and that's going to be Prize Patrol. Hello, Julie and Teresa. Glad you guys could stop in on this Wednesday. Kind of chilly. I couldn't believe it, you guys. Did you notice? It's like 3 o'clock. I'm in my office at work because I... negative on COVID. I've been negative, and our district has a thing. If you are boosted and vaxxed and you have a couple of days of negatives, they said it's fine to go work in your office and what have you. So anyway, I went today and worked in my office. Hello, Tammy. And 3 o'clock, I'm like, why is it seeming so dark out? You know, because it's cloudy. Hello, Colleen. Oh, goodness. So I'm just spending a couple of minutes saying hi, guys. It's that midweek Wednesday. So I'm keeping the spirits up. My husband, he's been like having a beer each night. And I like a beer every once in a while. So, shh, don't tell him. He took one of his beers. Hey, Nichelle. I am not a big alcohol drinker or anything like that. Alcohol really bothers my heart. I have this little heart condition thing. But beer, I can drink beer. Beer doesn't bother me at all. So anyway, but hey, you know what, you guys? I'm sorry that things shake so much down here, the way I have things hooked up. I don't like that. But I am so glad you guys are all here. I've got some great cards to share with you tonight that I've been receiving. And then I got a few fun cards. I also am going to share a couple things with you just for some things to know. If you've placed an order with me in the month of January, you'll be getting a card in the mail from me. Know that it's just kind of a random card. It's not a thank you card. It's not a, it's not a particular card, but it's a card for you to use to forward to somebody else, to make a nice happy day for somebody else, just as a thank you. Hello, Cindy. And so I'll be getting those out. Our Make a Card, Send a Card groups are finishing up by the 6th of this month, and our new round of Make a Card, Send a Cards is all going to be starting for March, where you mail them out by March 6th. Groups are forming. Most people in the club are staying in the group. And then 1 or 2 people had to go out, and so people are taking places, and I will keep taking names of people who want to commit to 6 months of sending cards to 6 people. Hey, Shar. And things like that. So that is great stuff. Hello, Miss Veronica. See, it's good I take just a couple minutes to welcome and say hello to people. Thanks for sharing. Hey, and hello to you too. I'm going to switch things over here, guys, just so you can see my Stampin' table. And there I am. I've just gotten that taken care of. I've got this strange, hello, Lynn. I've got this strange notebook right now that like doesn't, it's a hardcover. And so it doesn't let me fold it like back over as I'm trying to write people's names. I really need a planner again. I didn't do a planner this year, and I need to. Hey, Becky. All right, so hey guys, it is Stampin' Bingo Bonanza tomorrow. Yeah, so anybody who placed that $50 order between the 19th and the 31st of January or the 1st of February, I snuck a couple people in on that 1st of February, and that's just fine by me. Or if you are part of my Stampin' Cafe, remember, you get to play free, and if you haven't filled out the form to put your bingo numbers on and everything, you want to do that. Hey, I know, Lynn, 5 inches of snow, and you're going to get 6 more tonight. I was talking to my sister-in-law last night. So you guys are getting the snow. They said we might get a little dusting of snow, and we did not. You love your paper pencil planner. Oh, I need to get one. Okay, so here are some cards, you guys. So this card is from Jessica Meebert. Let's see what Jessica made. Oh, look at there. Look at the die she used. Oh my gosh, that's so intricate. I don't know where that die comes from. And I like the, oh, hello. Hugs and kisses and lots of birthday wishes. That's a cute card. And she included an envelope. And so she put it in a bigger envelope. Yeah, it feels like we could get a dusting. I know, B. It's kind of got that chill to it. I know that Lynn knows what I'm talking about, or anybody else in the East Coast or Midwest. You know that feeling where it's not really that cold out, but it just has that feel. Oh, you got your skin tone blends. Awesome, Nichelle. This is from Miss Veronica, who's with us tonight. Look at how pretty this is. Today blooms just for you. And I love, Veronica, the way that you layered. You put the sentiment underneath and lifted that flower up and put it over. That's a great touch. And then it is a fold up card, and look at that. Not a white insert. I like that. You know, just doing a little tone, a little lighter tone. That's great. So that's from Miss Veronica. I have a thank you card from, oh, Miss Nichelle. Nichelle, look at this cute card Nichelle made, you guys. The little thanks and the little gems there. Love it. That's a cute paper, too. I don't think, no, you did not stamp that. That's paper. And she wrote a little thank you for something in there. I think it was for some Nomi stuff, right? Hey, Christy. Can't say I miss the snow. Oh, did you have lots of snow back in the Midwest when you went back, Christy? And this is from, oh, Miss Judy. Hey, Judy, I am telling you what. Judy, you are like a card queen. Look at how nice. Friends are the marshmallows in your cocoa. And look, she did some fuzzy, puffy stuff right on the cookies and the, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. That card is so cute. A little stamping on the inside. So Judy, my goodness, you are like the stamp card pro. It's just beautiful, your layers and everything. I love it. This is from, oh my goodness. This is from Colette. And Colette sent this beautiful Happy New Year card. Look at this. That's some sort of pattern paper. And then the die cuts there of the Happy New Year. Pretty cool. And then there's this one too, sending hugs. Now, did Colette send both of these? Yes, she did. I think because she missed a month or something in our Make a Card group. Cute. There's that Daffodil Dreams paper. Ooh, and a brushed butterfly. Very cute. A lot of snow melted yesterday, but back to deep freeze in Wisconsin. Oh, gosh. Ooh, -30 below. Oh, my gosh. This is a card from Anne. I don't think I shared this card with you guys. This was from Anne Quatrain. Thought you could use some sunny. I just love that island vibes, you guys. That level 1 celebration. I know, it's awesome. I think it's going to be one that's in the Stampin' prizes for tomorrow at the bingo. This is for Mary Durham. Oh, she's using the little robots and the HB2U. Aw, look at the robot's heart that he's got there. I love it. I like how she's using that tag from the Tasteful Touches. I'm not sure what the die set's called on that, but it has, labels, Tasteful Labels or something. That's a nice way to use that. And then using some of that DSP. Very nice. And then Catherine sent this pretty one. You know what I really like about this one? She's using that Daffodil Dreams paper and then taking the other side of it, tearing it so we get this kind of torn edge and layering it, and then layering another piece behind there. So it's got lots of designer series paper being layered and used. So smart. Here's something else. You know what? You always want to like protect your bling and everything when you mail them. And like, who really does send out invitation cards anymore, right? Does anybody really send invitation cards anymore? A lot of people are doing like electronic things. So these are some of the Stampin' Up! Invitation party for a party. And she put those, she put that on top. So that is so smart because then you're not wasting cardstock, right? You're kind of putting a cardstock layer on. I thought, that's clever. So those of you getting thank you card are getting cards because of your orders in January from me, you might find a Stampin' Up! Invitation in your envelope. Okay, so, oh, Becky, an ice storm. Oh my gosh, be safe. I know about those ice storms. My gosh. Ugh, it is. We were raining a couple days ago, and I went out to my car, and it was so thick in ice and frozen shut. It was terrible. All right, you guys. Well, guess what? There are 5 new Stampin' Blends, right? I showed you that last Wednesday with the All Together products, and Nichelle said she got her new skin tone blends. Well, I had done a Stampin' Blends Tic-Tac-Toe Club last year. And with the new colors, you know, the new catalog brought new colors and all sorts of things, I decided I was going to throw together my Tic-Tac-Toe Club again. What's great about the Tic-Tac-Toe Club is you can commit to purchase 5 Stampin' Blends. For example, the Skin Tone Stampin' Blends, if you wanted to buy all 5 sets, it's $45 because they're $9 a combo pack, right? And that's $45. So I determined my Tic-Tac-Toe Club is a 3-month club. And by the 3rd Saturday of the month, you go online and you place an order of $45 before shipping and tax. And that can be anything. It could be Stampin' Blends. It could be any products on your wish list, as long as it's $45. You use the host code for the Tic-Tac-Toe Club. And here is your tic-tac-toe board. So say the 3rd month of February, you go on and you place your order because you're going to partake in the Tic-Tac-Toe Club. You get to go ahead and cross off one of your spaces on your board. So you might want the Stampin' Seal, the Wink of Stella, and the Frosted Bead assortments after your 3 months. You might want median envelopes, Wink of Stella, or a sorted pack of cardstock in your 3 months. Or, you know, a tic-tac-toe, right? So say, you know what, oh my gosh, I really need envelopes, so I'm going with this one. So you just would write February on that for yourself because you'll have this chart. Then you do your March order. And you decide you are going for that Wink of Stella. So in your March order, you write March on this one. And then your April order, you write April on this one. Then your 3-month club is over. You are going to be getting all 3 of these products free, and you get to choose any stamp set that is current of a 2022 value or less. So, yeah, that's a pretty great club, wouldn't you say? I want people to enjoy getting their products, especially when we come out with new Stampin' Blends, or your Stampin' Blends. There might be some that, oh my gosh, it's kind of worn out and I need another one. This is just a great way to give you rewards for shopping with me. And it's a short commitment. It's 3 months, February, March, and April. And you will get this tracking form when you fill out the form to sign up. And then you will start your journey. And you'll get to pick to make a tic-tac-toe. Now, guys, you have to make a tic-tac-toe. You can't say, I'll do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do that. That's not a tic-tac-toe. It's diagonal, up and down, or across, okay? So once your Tic-Tac-Toe Club is done, you basically fill out your form, put your choices, you share it with me, and then I will order all of your free things and get it out to you. And so there we go. That is the Tic-Tac-Toe Club. I did a post and a blog post on the Tic-Tac-Toe Club so you can find out more about it. Any questions before I move on for some crafting? My friend Marie said that somebody was interested about the Stampin' Blends, and she had done the Stampin' Blends Tic-Tac-Toe Club. She did it twice because she wanted to get all of the blends. And if you do the set of 5 blends each month, you'll have 5, 10, 15 sets of the Stampin' Blends. And there are 38 Stampin' Blends colors. Did you know that? 38. And I don't know that that includes the new skin colors. Not sure. Well, you guys know that at Stampin' Bingo tomorrow, one of our projects is coming from the Artfully Layered bundle, and I just wanted to keep playing around with this, so I'm going to do a card with that. And I am using Old Olive, and one of the reasons why I want to do this particular card is that the designer series paper is so rich. Here's one of the sheets here, and isn't that just beautiful? And then it's got that soft back. I just love it. So one of the things I love to do is to let the designer series paper completely be the star of the show, right? And that's what I'm going to do here. This designer series paper is going to be my focal point, and I have a white layer right behind it, which really helps it stand out, like so. And you guys know we've got that beautiful printed vellum that's in the mini. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because you almost miss it, but it's such a beautiful printed vellum. Here it is. It's on page 32, and it's part of the suite for the Artfully Composed suite of products. But it's this here. It's got like maps. It's got maps on it. It has script on it. It's got some beautiful patterns. And I chose a pattern that is, it's scripted white on the top of it, but that's just going to be a beautiful layer right over top this loud and bold designer series paper. See, I can calm it right down by putting that vellum right on top of it, right? Okay, so I'm going to start by putting adhesive. Ooh, let me get that gunk off there. Oh my goodness. The cartridge is gunked, so it's catching the adhesive. You always want to make sure you keep that gunked up tape off. And now that's going to go right on top of my white layer. And then I'm wondering, so I'm going to decide and have you guys help me decide if I'm going to use the stitch layering rectangles or if I'm going to use this more rounded die for my sentiment, because we're going to use the longer sentiment here that says happiest birthday wishes. And this happiest birthday wishes is going to go in here, or it's going to go in the rectangle. I almost think it's probably going to, you know what, I don't think it's going to actually fit in this guy, so I'm just going to set that one aside. I think it has to go in this rectangle. I also use the die, and I die cut out this leaf structure, which is very pretty, isn't it? Very pretty. Now, I'm going to just put this right onto the card front. No ribbon on this card because it's a little bit more masculine of a card, I feel. Not that you can't have ribbon on cards for men, but you know. And then this beautiful little layer is going to go here. Now, people worry about the vellum showing the adhesive through it, but you know what? This has got so much pattern in the designer series paper that you're not going to have to worry about that one bit. In fact, I cannot even see any adhesive on that vellum at all. Not at all. So that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and get a block for our sentiment. It's a big block. Don't need this big block, but that's what I got. And it doesn't matter how straight I stamp this either, because I'm just going to be die cutting it out, right? So I'm using Old Olive. And that's a nice rich color. I like Old Olive. It's one of my favorite colors. Hello, Betsy. Welcome. That's a new name. Thank you for joining, Betsy. rounded die for you. Yeah, I decided that was not going to work. Now I need to grab my mini here. Now why? I could have easily die cut out the rectangle myself beforehand, but I decided to just go ahead because my rule is always stamp first and die cut after, but we don't always follow our own rules. I'm gonna shake for a minute while I put this through, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to be a little, oh my gosh, the heater is going, you guys, and I'm getting really warm. Turn off heater. And then we've got this beautiful sentiment right here. So, oh, I love the stitched rectangles. So let me show you the stitched rectangles. My goodness, there's a lot of stitched rectangles in here, you guys. Tons and tons and tons. And I had them organized with some washi tape, but they fell all apart. So lots and lots of dies in that. Put it away so I don't lose it. Okay. Now this is going to just come right in here with dimensionals. Still on my end pieces, but that's perfect. Now before I do that, I'm going to put this down, because the dimensional is going to hold that in place. See how it's kind of holding that for me? So I don't need to do anything with that at all. Now, we have these beautiful faux sea glass shapes, and I thought this card would be perfect for it. Your mini won't work? Well, Tammy, it will work. What you want to do is, one of the things I've showed is make sure when you're using your mini, you do turn your, see, notice my platform here. Notice how the clear one is bowing a little bit. And it will bow, and what I need to do is I need to go ahead and turn that plate over. So when I am using that bottom plate, I want to use it, turning it over often when I use it, and I put my die on here. Now the last time I shared that, what you want to do is you want to take your top plate and have it overhang just a little bit. See how I have it overhanging a little bit? I find that that helps it go through and start it much, much better. I almost 99% of the time have no trouble when I have that top plate just a little bit over. If you have it all lined up, it's so thick, and if it's bowed at all, if they're bowing, they'll be too thick. And so by just taking that top one and having it slide a slight bit ahead of the others, it should work perfect. Okay? All right, so hopefully that'll help. And my goodness, my mat is like all crooked now. Okay, so we need some of our sea glass here. There's clear, and then there's a yellow green, and then another green. But I really thought this yellow green goes real well here with this. So let's go ahead and use them. Our little sea glass shapes. They are beautiful. I love how they're a little bit different in shapes. Some are bigger, some are smaller. And there we go for that. Aren't those pretty? Those are really, really pretty. I like them. Okay. So we still have the inside to do of this card. I'm going to go ahead and put these back in their package. Yes, the top plate. So after once you put your die down and you put that top plate, have the top plate just be a slight bit over. All right, so let's see. Happiest birthday wishes. Sending all the hugs. Would that work? I think that would work, don't you? Sending all the hugs. Because that you would hug somebody on their birthday, right? Exactly. Big stamp again, or big block. I am so excited about bingo tomorrow, you guys, but I have so much to do to get ready for it. Oh, so much to do. Sending all the hugs. That looks good. And I think I'm just going to put another of the sea glass guys on it. Shouldn't have put them away. I thought, oh, I could put one of the, you know, the fronds or the leaves, but I don't want to keep putting all that old, old olive. There. So let's put that on the inside. Boy, I love that die cut of that leaf. Oh, I was going to say, my Stampin' Seal is going to bite me. It has to be right here. Oh, good, Tammy. It worked. Yay. Yeah, I find that's the best way for it. Because, you know, that's a little roller in there. It's not as big and sturdy of a roller. I mean, I tell you what, on my regular Stampin' Cutting machine, the standard size, those plates could be however. It wouldn't matter one bit. And that thing will roll anything through. Well, as long as you're doing the right combinations, right? But the mini is mini, right? It's just got, it doesn't have as much stability as the big one. But it's still great. You know, it does its job. And I love taking it with me to go. Oh, so look at that right there, you guys. That beautiful Designer Series paper that's so big and bold sometimes can overtake a project. So just do a little vellum over it. This one happens to have a printed font on it with the white. I don't know that you can see that printed font, but just the standard cardstock vellum does a great job just toning things down as well. So happiest birthday wishes. That is beautiful. And I'll be doing a different card, as you know, at Stampin' Bingo tomorrow night. So yes, project number 1 in the books. Yay! So that was the Artfully Layered. You know, and when I was creating my card, I thought, how can I utilize these little hash marks? Because those are interesting. Or this die right here of these little leaves, when you die cut that out, all of those are going to die cut out separately. So you'll have just a whole bunch of little, and I think that's fun. That could be fun for like a shaker card or something, right? All right. Well, that was a nice green. It was kind of earthy, right? Let me take a sip of my beer. It's so funny. I don't know why I'm having it. I guess I just felt I needed it. All right. Next one is Sentimental Swirls. You know, I had asked about what was your favorite stamp set or what have you a couple of weeks ago. And several of you had said Sentimental Swirls. And I thought, oh my gosh, yes, I loved this. When I did the onstage with Stampin' Up, they had one of the demonstrators did a whole bunch of things with the Sentimental Swirls, and they were so nice. And so I decided that I'm having a Sentimental Swirls specialty class in late February. So I already have a thing out on that, and I'll be sharing more about that, but this is our next card. Now, the thing about this stamp set is you will probably want a lot of blocks because notice this is a 2-step stamp set. We have the big flower here, the little flower. We have these cute little leaves that have then their inside, the butterflies inside and outside, many of them. The bird has a stamp too for the inside and outside, and there's something pretty special about this. Remember, oh, I'm trying to think of the stamp set. Anyway, it was a bundle and it had the 2 flower and leaves builder punch. Well, guess what? The big flower And the leaves, the little leaves, match the punch. I didn't even know that until I started playing with it and went, hey. So isn't that great, you guys? I think it's great. Okay, so I am using polished pink, and I'm using the Daffodil Dreams Designer Series paper, and I'm using 2 of them. One's going to be for the outside and one's going to be for the inside, because I am all about the inside of my envelope these days. And I'm going to be using the black side. Okay. I also have some scraps because we'll need scraps for this card. Now, here is the beautiful swirl. Love it. That swirl you can just do all sorts of things with. And I am going to use Soft Succulent to do the swirl. I wasn't sure on what color I wanted to use to do the swirl. I thought, well, maybe I'll use like gray, a gray or something. But then I decided to use Soft Succulent because it's a nice, pretty color for spring. And I'm doing what I really shouldn't do. It's a big stamp, right? And what do I tell you guys? Take the pad to the stamp this way. I should use my own advice. Yeah, the little flowers and other leaves go with the strawberry stamp dies. Isn't that awesome? That is so awesome. I love it. Yeah, so if you have the Sentimental Swirls set, it goes along with those 2 other, the strawberry dies and that punch. So cool. Now that Soft Succulent is awfully dark there, but it will kind of lighten up a bit as it dries. But I'm just going to bring my scrap I have here. Or do I want the long one? I'm going to take this big one because I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm going to do some flowers. Now, how do you do your outline and your inside with one stamp? We do the stamp off technique, remember? This one's going to have the hello. It's going to have the flowers. And all I did right now is I put the inside and the outside of the image on the same block. So I didn't have to use a separate block for everything. All right, now what I want to do though is I want to look to see how is this laying, and notice this is an X and this is a T. So I want to think about that. So I'm going to do this as an X because I think it's the small flower. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and I don't even know if that's going to be able to cut with that punch, but we'll see. As long as I can get one of them, I'll be happy. And do you notice these are like shaped like a heart? Now the inside, because I used the polished pink, I need to stamp off before I stamp in my image, right? Otherwise, my inside, oh, that was terrible, Mary. See, that's why I did 3. So I had to get one good one, right? Oh, goodness. Now, I'm not going to take that away because I am going to do some stamping of this little one. This little one's going to go here. It's going to go hang off there. It's going to go right here. Oh, that didn't go too well. Okay, now I want the inside. Oh, I forgot to stamp off. You guys didn't warn me. Stamp off. So now you can see the difference of if you don't stamp off, right? So there's a, oops, I didn't stamp off. My sentiment's going to go right there. But see how pretty they are when you've got full strength on the outside and then stamp off on the inside? So pretty. The little flowers are not, okay. Cutting lots of those tiny leaves all over the background layer, you can use the negative space if you use the leaves for sake. Oh, yes. Yes, Christy, on that one. Yeah, that was the first thing I was thinking too, a bunch of those little leaves. Yeah. Okay, so let's bring this little die in and see how we did. So this is going to come in just like so. And I have to cut this tip off right there. because it has to tilt a little bit. There's one. We're going to skip that one that I did a terrible job on. And we'll do two. I don't know if maybe I'll use one on the inside. There we go. So I have two cute flowers that I punched out and a bunch of white little leaves, because that happens when you're punching on a border, right? And there's several punches in there. Now the other thing is we've got the cute little bird. So let's stamp the bird. So now we're going to stamp the bird. I'm going to stamp that in Misty Moonlight. Let me stamp him first because remember, I haven't used this set yet. And I'm going to put him right on top of this, excuse my head, right on top of that. Now I'm going to do the inside of the bird, and remember that I need to stamp off because that would be bad if I didn't stamp off, right? There is nothing more fun than filling in with that inside stamp. It's so fun. Look how cute he is. All right. He's just too cute. Now, let's, what do I want to do? See, where am I going to put this guy? I think I'm going to put this guy right like here. Do I want to use the other one and put it like here? No, that's too close to the, I think I'll just use the one. And I'm going to use a mini glue dot to put it on. Just take it to the glue dot and pull it off. And then that can go right there. Cute. I'm going to pull in my 2021-23 in color gems because why not? And I think the yellow would be really cute on the centers, don't you? All right, you guys tell me. Do I want to use soft succulent, polished pink, or the yellow? The pretty yellow. Oh, of course you can case that. Oh, thanks, Tina. Welcome. I don't think I wrote you down. There we go. What color? What color? Yellow, pink, or green for the center of the flowers. I got a yellow. I got a yellow. Oh, yes. We're just going yellow. My first three people were yellow. Right? It's going to add that springtime touch. And I love the little ones go perfect in the center of the little flowers. Look how cute. I'm not going to put it in this one because my sentiment's going to have to cover that because I'm sorry. It's just not good. Cute. All right. Next. Oh, let me put one on this one because we're going to put that on the inside, right? Okay, there. You guys have your take your pick tool? If you don't have your take your pick tool, you need to do that Tic-Tac-Toe Club. You need to take your pick tool. Oh, but I don't have that as one of the choices on the chart. Oh, so bad, so bad. All right, where's my hello? Here's hello. Hello. And I am going to use my tuxedo black for the hello because I want to at least pull in some of the black here. Right? Right. But, okay, so here we go, guys. Let me layer and you tell me. We're just going to do it. Am I going to stamp hello on the white cardstock and punch it out with the oval? Now, my black layer here is so close to the size of the pink base. I wanted just a hint of that pink showing. So is my oval punch of the hello going to be in white here? Or is it going to be, oh, you know what? I think I could layer it. Never mind. You don't get to vote. I think I can layer it. I think it's small enough. Aren't I terrible? Here, you guys vote. Nope, you don't get to vote. Sorry. Where's my oval punch? Here it is. I need to do the hello in the little, oh, see, yeah, it's perfect. I thought it was going to be too big. It's not. And then we're going to use the soft succulent scrap. Well, that was bad, Mary. You just messed that up. Well, I'm good at messing things up, but I can solve the problem. There we go. So then we'll glue this right like so onto there. And then this guy's going to tilt like that because I like to tilt things. I don't know. I'm a little worn out of balancing everything and making everything straight. There we go. A little dimensionals. So we are going to be going, Nichelle is having and hosting a little retreat on the second weekend in March. That's going to be fun. My hello needs to be straight. There's my hello, and then we cannot leave off a gem from the hello. The hello needs a gem. And another little gem. There. Now we have gems, gems, gems. And I still have an odd number of gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cute. Now you could do some sponging around that if you wanted to, or you could even put another layer of the polished pink really thin behind it so it has even another layer. You could go crazy with layering. Oh, that is not straight. There, now it's straight. No, that is not straight. Oh, never mind. Okay, let's do the inside. I wanted to have the inside have that designer paper too, because what do you do with your designer series paper, you guys? You use it. And again, it's very close to the pink, so I just want it to, and now that one's going to be straight. All right, so we need to do a little swirl on here with the soft succulent. Not the whole thing, just part of it. Let's see what we're going to use. I'll link up the whole thing so I can see what I'm going to use. I'm going to use just this right here. That's what I like about this, is you could just use a little bit of it like that, just to give a little fun, right? Oh, ordering the bundle tonight, Jolene? Oh, well, I'm glad you just mentioned something, Jolene, so I can put your name down. Yeah. Well, well, Sentimental Swirl, which bundle? Because Sentimental Swirls, hey, Cheryl, Sentimental Swirls is not a bundle. It's just a stamp set that has a punch from something else and dies from the strawberry set. And that's, oh, that's going to go right there. Oh, so cute. So cute. And you have a beautiful place to write a nice little note to someone, because you're just saying hello. Love it. Now, the Sentimental Swirl specialty class. My specialty classes are usually towards the end of the month, so there's lots of time during the month to register. See, isn't that pretty with the black around it, you guys? I just love it. Yep, the dye from the strawberries. Now the strawberry is a strawberry dyes or strawberry punch, you guys? Isn't it a strawberry punch, or am I just losing my mind? You know what's really bad? When a new publication comes out, you know, we had the holiday one, And then we jumped right into the January to June. I've kind of neglected, yeah, it's a punch. I've kind of neglected my annual catalog, and I hate that. It's like, oh, hold on. I gotta make sure I'm still up on all my things like that. Okay, let me pop these aside because that is it. Look at you guys. Now, I am kind of a dotty person, so I would really like to have maybe some light, little yellow kind of little splotchy dots. Or, you know how I like to take my Stampin' Right markers and flick the lid? That would be some fun on this card. Do a little flicky flick. Yes. All right. Isn't this festive and fun like springtime? I like this one. I like it. Okay, that's Sentimental Swirl. You'll have to go check out my blog and my Stampin' events, you guys, to see about that. I do an email group of constant contact where I send my emails out to everyone with updates and Stampin' news and things. And if you are not part of that and you want to get my news and things like that, my events and little things, like I said, I do it through email. I'd be happy to add you to that list. You just would have to let me know and then what the address I'd be using. All right, so there's number 2. We'll set that one aside and I'll share them again at the end. Now, you guys, I had done, and B knows this, I had done a swap where I had to do a whole bunch of things, and some of you came and did a card where we die cut out this oval, but then we had all this left over. So I said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and do something with this and see what I can do, because I have a bunch of these left. And so this was some of the paper for it. So I said, okay, I'm going to just bring the crane set back out, the Crane of Fortune, because that's the card I had done for this swap. So there's the Crane of Fortune stamp set and the dies. And these are, I think it's called the Symbols of Fortune and the Fortune dies. And so I'm going to just use the same set and see what I can make from that. Okay? Now, I know I do not just care for the flat cardstock most of the time. I really like to have some detail on it. So I'm going to use the flower. Sorry, swirl. Let me get the swirl out of here, you guys. Photopolymer, love it. So I've got Just Jade, and I've got the beautiful flower. And I am going to stamp off and then stamp it on the background. I just want to tone that cardstock down, and by putting this background of these flowers, which you're not going to really be able to really know what is that. But you can see it just adds that texture and it kind of calms that flatness down. And I'm also going to do it on the yellow, but I'm not going to do it with Just Jade. I have Bumblebee because that's the color of the cardstock. Let me do a quick wipe. My East Coast friends, I'm so sorry it's getting a little late for you guys, isn't it? But it's just 6 o'clock is like what I need to do on a work night, because I don't even get home till 5. And it just, there's too much to do. I know I got to feed the dog. Lenny goes to bowling, you know. It's going to stamp off. And I'm only going to do, you know what, I'm not going to stamp off. I'm only going to do the edges over here because that's all that's going to show. I love the way this stamps. It stamps, it has deeper parts that will come out lighter when you stamp it, and darker areas. I love that. So now I've just added a bunch of texture to this. So if you don't have a lot of like embellishments or ribbons or those kinds of things, you can add so much detail by just doing some sort of stamping. Yeah. Oh, that little fun get together. Yeah. Okay. Now I've got, where are my pieces? I've got white here. This piece right here is kind of a mess, but that's what I'm using. And I'm going to be stamping the crane. And I'm going to stamp the crane in basic gray. I believe this is probably smoky slate. But smoky slate to me is just going to be too light. So let me see. I don't know. Oh, that basic gray is dark. All right, change of plan. Let me grab smoky slate, you guys. Oh, turn that heat off. Yikes. Smoky slate. All right. Smoky slate. Gray granite is a more, I find when I stamp with gray granite, it's more brown to me. I don't know if any of you have had that issue. Okay, I re-inked my smoky slate, and it is pretty darn dark. But there's that crane, and that'll soften up as it dries. But now that's going to go over top of it like so. Okay, I'll do some Winkostella on it, and I'm going to use my foam strips because I'm going to raise this piece up. Dimensionals are great. These foam strips are really great. I'm here just figuring this out, I think. Cheryl D. Got a couple Cheryls. I'm going to have to make sure I keep my Cheryls having their initials. All right, so I'm going to put this here. This really saves me from having to put a whole bunch of dimensionals, where I can just put one strip along. And then I could put this one really close to the edge right there, that little piece that's left. And the foam strips will last you a long, long time. People a lot of times use the foam strips for shaker cards, right? That's how you block off so the shakers can't go past. It keeps them corralled, we say. Now I'm not using this as a shaker, so I just want to do that. Okay. Then we peel off our edges off that. My white cardstock is cut about the same size as this. Whoops. I didn't get this one. So I can go ahead and put it right down over the top. There we go. I glued it down a little bit crooked, and I can kind of see the and then that's going to get put right on top of that. See how it's a little crooked on this back side? Didn't quite do that quite the way I should have. I have to stand up. So we have that yellow is just peeking out on either side, like so. Getting lots of dimension on that, huh? Let's get a little Winkostella on him. All right, and so I've got a couple of the dies that I wanted to do a little bit with. I've got the Dragonflies here. I've got to get my magnetic sheets on these and get them straightened up. All right, so I'm going to run through with my scraps I have here. I've got this green frond, and I should be able to do both at the same time. So I've got this green die, not the green die, but the Just Jade paper. And then I have gold foil. I thought the Dragonflies might be pretty cool in the gold foil. Well, let's try it and see. Go ahead and put that top plate over at the front a little bit. There we go. Tell ya, putting that front plate over a little bit over the top does the trick. Does the trick. Well, I've got a lot of stamp pads out here tonight, you guys. So let's see if my little vision is going to work at all. Got these cute little dragonflies. There is a stamp for the dragonflies too. So you don't have to just die cut them out. You can stamp them and then die cut them out, right? And then this guy. Look at how crooked I am. Oh my goodness. All right, let's bring this back in. And this guy. What I like about this one is notice it doesn't have a lot of pieces that come out. It just has that slit that's been done on it. You can see that difference there. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to grab my liquid glue. Put a little liquid glue on here. And I was going to put this kind of like right here. And then my two little dragonflies. They're going to go on here. Like so. I don't know, this kind of turned out kind of funky. And then I need a sentiment. And I don't want to use any of the sentiments in here because they're all just, maybe the thank you. Thank you's kind of big on here. Maybe happy birthday. What do we have? Oh, we've got the thank you from the Artfully Layered. Let's use that one. What are we going to stamp with? I need a block. We'll take the hello block and use the thank you block. And we'll stamp with basic gray. And now I'm going to do, I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try it. You know how people do like the little bubble around their words? So I think I'm going to try that. I do not cut well. My mom always said it's because I'm left-handed. But I do not use left-handed scissors. I've always just used right-handed scissors because that's what I had growing up, right? So let's see how I do. Oh my gosh, it's kind of turning out okay. Let's see. I shouldn't have cut the end off. I cut the end off. I don't know why. But oh my goodness, you guys, look, I did good. I did good. I did okay, huh? This has got to be rounded. You want rounded edges. You don't want anything pointy. You You want rounded edges, but I got a pointy. I can't help it right here. But there we go. Fun. Now that's just going to come and go right there. Should be sponged a little bit though. Let's do a little spongy something. Let's take the Just Jade or the yellow. I'm going to do the yellow. And then it's going to be prize time. Giveaway time. That's all what you've been here waiting for, right? Hey, it didn't turn out so bad. I like it. You know, that's a big thing. I don't know, you guys, there's a company called Stamps of Life, Stephanie Bernard. But anyway, she's so totally into the shadow dies. Stampin' Up's got a couple now, which is great. But anyway, you can make your own. Now I could just take that and I could put it on another piece of cardstock and go around it too. So fun. Fun, fun, fun. All right. So we've got our thank you. I wish I put my dragonflies a little closer. We've got our thank you. And then on the inside, do I even have a paper for the inside? Hello. I do. Now this is where I can put in a beautiful sentiment. Thank you. Much luck and good fortune will be what we want to say. But we'll want that to be straight. There we go. We're almost there. 3 cards. Oh, and I just hit the hour mark. Yikes. Guess I talked too much. There we go. And then we need our beautiful flower for the inside. And I'm going to use the yellow again. Where's our flower? Did I stick it back in here? I certainly did. I certainly did, ladies. Now let's see, how is this going to stamp? I can't stamp off, so let's go ahead and do that. And we're just going to do it right there. That beautiful little floral. It's beautiful upside down. Oh, look at that, you guys. It's so pretty. I love this flower. And it does have a die to cut it out, which is great. Oh my gosh, what a mess I have created. I don't know how some of these other people do it. It's like they keep everything all organized and cleared. Oops. All organized and cleared as they're working. And I just like, okay, throw that aside, grab that, put that over there. I clean up after we're all done. All right. So there is my, what can I do with these pieces that I have left? I want my dragonflies closer together and I want them over here maybe. There we go. Pretty. It turned out not my favorite, but it turned out okay. All right, let's take a look. We did that one, and that was our first one. And I do have to say, I am being very partial to the artfully layered one. I don't know what it is about it, but I do like it a lot. Oh, are we so still crooked? How are we so crooked? Oh my gosh. Let me watch. Of course, so it's delayed, so I can't tell. But anyway, get that straightened up. Which way are we going? I don't know. Okay, so there's our 3 cards tonight. And I do like this one too, but I need to do some spritzing on it. Spritzing is necessary. All right. Woo! Okay, you guys, you know we're going to do giveaway. Now, our giveaway, I need to just make sure I've got everybody. Addie, do I have you down, Addie? Addie, I don't have you down. No. There you are. Thank you. Tammy, got Tammy, Shar B, Cheryl D, Cheryl R, Becky, Tina, yay, I got it. Tammy, anybody else popped in there? Jolene, I got you down. All right, Christy. I got Christy down. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Okay, you guys. So, which one do you like best? Do you like the hello, the birthday, or the thank you? Which do you like best? I'd kind of like to know while I get myself organized here to give away. Where's my cup, though? Where's my number cup? Oh, here it is. So you know I'm giving away the Light the Candle kit tonight, right? I'm giving that away because guess what, you guys? I did a YouTube video on it and showed how fun it was, and then it's now unavailable. And I don't know when it's going to come back in stock, right? So I'm like, well, I have an extra one, so I will do a giveaway for that one. And then I do have one more thing I'm going to give away, and that is, let me show you. It's these Pebbles enamel shapes. I'm very curious about these, and I do have the couple of nature sets in the catalog, and so these are going to be fun to use. These pebble shapes. They're very similar to the sea glass shapes, right? They have the odd different little shapes, so they resemble pieces of things. So, all right. So now, just give me a second, you guys. I got to make sure I got things numbered right. Nice group tonight, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I have the second Saturday of the month is my Stampin' at the Cafe with me, where I do 4 cards. They're 4 make and takes. And this next one is on the 12th, and it's going to be all birthday cards, birthday things for young and old and in between. So that'll be fun. Because boy, I need birthday cards. All right, so the winner of the Light the Candles kit. And whoever wins the kit, I hope you don't mind, I'm not going to send you the box that it's in. I'm going to take it out of the box and pack, well, no, I'm just going to, never mind. I'm going to send it to you in the box. You need to store it, right? Okay, and our winner is number 13. Miss Veronica. Veronica Perez, you are number 13. There you are right there, 13, Veronica. Miss Veronica. Congratulations. Now, who's going to win those fun Pebbles enamel shapes? You love that card. What card? Which one, Anita? Oh, that's a way back when comment. Okay. And the winner of that is going to be number 7. Hey, which is Teresa. Here you are, Miss Teresa. There's number 7. My Stampin' Cafe friend, Teresa. Yay. The shapes and the kit. All right, you guys, so great, so fun. I want to just remind you that the Make a Card, Send a Card groups, this month was our last month of getting our cards out, and so new groups are forming, and I've got people that are signing up, and I've got room for more people. The Tic-Tac-Toe Club, if you were not here at the beginning, I shared information all about the Tic-Tac-Toe Club that's happening. And you can find more information out about on my post that I have. And hey, Stampin' Bingo's tomorrow night. Hey, you guys, if you are in my cafe team or you placed your order and you have not filled out the form with your bingo numbers, I'm going to switch over here. You need to have that form filled out and your bingo numbers. There we go. Your form filled out and your bingo numbers listed, and have your bingo numbers written down so that when we're playing bingo, I mean, I'll have them, but I use them to confirm, okay? So it's 6 o'clock on this channel, like always, and it'll be so fun. It's at 6. Anybody can come and watch, but only people who are registered can win and play bingo. Now, all of you involved, you will be getting kits in the mail of all of the 4 projects that I make tomorrow at bingo. Yay. And that'll happen, you know, over the weekend. I'll get those kits out. So that'll be great fun. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me tonight. Let me know if there's any type of, what type of Stampin' you'd like to see next Wednesday. It'd be great to get some input on that. I hope you like the cards tonight. Be sure to check out my blog and my links, you guys, for the different events and things. If you want to get my Stamp at the Cafe kit of cards that we do here in person and you want to get it to go, there's information on how you can do that too. It's just about placing a minimum $25 order, and then I can send the kits out to you too. So have a great night, you guys. And you know, I'm always going to tell you, until next time, what do I say? What do I say? Happy Stampin'.